Hello guys, you're welcome to Math Hub, and in today's video I'll be teaching you how to sketch the graph of any linear equation. Okay, so stick to the end of the video because you stand to gain a lot. Okay, now let's start with how to sketch the graph of any linear equation. But first of all, you must know what's a linear equation. The linear equation is just an equation in which the highest power of x is 1. Okay, so if you have an equation like y equals to 3x plus 6, this y here is the dependent variable because it depends on the value of x. So x is the independent variable. So any equation in which the power of x is 1, so there's an imaginary 1 right here. The power of x is 1. So any equation like that is called a linear equation. And a linear equation, we always have a straight line graph. The graph will always be a straight line. Either the line is going in this direction or the line is coming down like this. So it's either in this direction or like this. Okay, so that's about a linear equation, an equation in which the highest power of x is 1. So an equation like y equals to 4x plus 7, y equals to 3x minus 6. These are all linear equations because the highest power of x is 1. Now, let's look at the general form of a linear equation. The general form of a linear equation is y equals to mx plus c, which is what you have right here. Y equals to ms plus c. So m here is the gradient of the equation, while c is the intercept. C here will be the number on the y-axis. Okay, this is the y-axis here, and this is the x-axis. The number on the y-axis where this graph cuts through. Okay, where this graph cuts through, the number that is at this particular point is called the intercept, and it can be positive or it can be negative. Okay, so this is a rising graph. You can see that it's rising towards the right hand side from the left to the right. This is an increasing graph. Now let's look at how to sketch the graph of any linear equation. So let's take this example here. You have y equals to 3x plus 6. You want to sketch this equation. Now to draw a straight line, you need just 2 points. Okay, 2 points. Let's assume this is a straight line. To join this straight line, you just need a point right here and another point right here. Then you just draw a line through like this. So that will be a straight line. You need only 2 points to form a straight line. So that means to plot this equation, since you know that it's a linear equation and you know that it's going to be a straight line, you need to just get 2 points. And the 2 easiest points to use is from the origin. You just say when x is equals to 0, what is y? And when y is equals to 0, what is x? So these are the 2 easiest points to use. So let's start with the first one. When x is equals to 0, what is y? That means you come to this original equation here. Anywhere you see x, you put in 0 there. Okay, so you come here, move to this side, you have 3x plus 6. So you come down here, this is x is now 0. You're looking for the value of y. So that will be 3 into 0 plus 6. So 3 times 0 will give you 0. 0 plus 6 will give you 6. That means when x is 0, the value of y is 6. So this the value of y here will give you 6. Okay, now the second point to use is when y is 0, what is x? Which is right here. When y is 0, what is x? So anyway, you come to this original equation here, right here. So anywhere you see y, you put in your 0. So you have 0 is equals to 3s plus 6. Then you bring this 6 to this side, it becomes negative. So you have 3s is equals to minus 6. Then you divide both sides by 3 over 3 over 3. So that will give you s is equals to minus 2. So that means the value of x is minus 2 when y is 0. Now we have gotten 2 values here. So x is minus 2 at this point. Now let's sketch the graph. Now to sketch this graph, you just draw 2 vertical lines. The vertical line is the y-axis. The horizontal line is the x-axis. You can see it's very, very simple. So let's start with the first one. You already know from the first part that when x is 0, y is 6. When x is 0, y is 6. So this is x as 0 here. This is the origin where x is 0. So you need to mark 6, positive 6. Now just as a recap, the positive values of x are at this point here, at the upper part. Then the negative values of x are the lower part here. Okay, while the positive values of x are on the right hand side, negative values of x are on the left hand side. So if it's something like minus 2, minus 4, minus 5, they will be on the left hand side for x. But for y, they will be on the lower side. So I need to get x equals to 0, y is 6, positive 6. So this is x equals to 0 here. So I need to get 6. So you just come up here, just assume, just pick a point there as 6. It's not compulsory for you to start writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is a sketch. Okay, so you just draw and mark 6 here. Okay, that's a 6. So there will be a star at this point. So you just put in a star here. So when x is 0, y is 6. And the next point is when y is 0, s is whatever, x is minus 2. So you come down here, this is y equals to 0 here. So I need to get minus 2 on this horizontal axis. So minus 2 for x will be on the left hand side. So I'll just come to this left hand side here and mark minus 2. So minus 2 will be around this particular point here. So this is minus 2 here. So there will be a star at this particular point. So after getting these 2 points, since it's a straight line, you need only 2 points to get the straight line graph. So you just join these points together, okay, using a ruler. So it's very, very straightforward. It's very easy. So you just join these 2 points. Once you join the 2 points, you get the straight line, which represents the equation. So you just place your stuff like this and you just draw it down. So this is the sketch of the equation y is equals to 3x plus 6. Then along this line, you just write y equals to 3x plus 6. This is to tell anybody that sees this graph that this graph here, the equation of this graph is y is equals to 3x plus 6. So you can see it's very, very easy. This is how you sketch the graph of a linear equation. Let's take another example. So you're welcome back. This is another example here. We have to sketch the graph of the equation y is equals to 4x plus 2. Y is equals to 4x plus 2. So this is a linear equation because you know that the highest power of x is 1. So it's going to be a linear equation. It's going to be a straight line. So you use just 2 points. The first point is when x is equals to 0, what is y? And when y is equals to 0, what is x? So let's start with the first one. When x is equals to 0, what is y? That means you come to this original equation here, right here. Anywhere you see x, put in 0 there. So this will be 4 into 0 because x is 0. So 4 into 0 plus 2. So 4 times 0 will give you 0. 0 plus 2 will give you 2. So y is equals to 2. For the next one, when y is equals to 0, what is x? That's the second point. So you come to this equation. This is your original equation. Wherever you see y, you plug in 0 there. So this will give you 0. This is 0 now. Okay, this is 0 is equals to 4x plus 2. So I'm looking for the value of x. So I'll move this minus 2 to this second side here, to the left hand side. That will be minus 2 is equals to 4x. Since I'm looking for the value of x, I'll divide both sides by 4. Okay, so this will give you over 4 over 4. So this cuts out here. Then on the left hand side, you're going to have x equals to minus 2 over 4. If you divide that, you're going to have minus 0.5. So we already have our 2 values here. Then you plot it straight up. Let's start with the first one. When x is 0, what is y? This is x as 0 here. So y in this case is minus 2. So this is minus 2 here. From this, sorry, positive 2. Sorry about that. When x is 0, y is 2. So just come here. I need positive 2. The positive values of y are on the upper part. So just come around this part here. Just marking 2. Okay. Then for the next part, which is when y is 0, x, from this calculation, we got x as minus 0.5. So this will give you minus 0.5. So I need to have negative value of minus 0.5. So you just come to this particular part, which is very, very straightforward and easy. So I'm looking for minus 0.5. This is 0 here. Negative values of x are on this left hand side. So I need to have minus 0.5. So let me just assume this is 1 here. So 0.5 is the middle of 0 and 1. So this is negative part. This is minus 1. So the middle here will be minus 0.5. So you just put in a star right here. Okay. Then you join this with a straight line like this. Okay. So this is the equation of this is the graph of the equation y is equals to 4x plus 2. So along this line, you just come up here and you just write out y equals to 4x plus 2. So anyone that sees this will know that this graph is this is the graph of this equation y equals to 4x plus 2. So you can see it's very, very easy. Okay, so I hope you gained something from this video. I hope you've learned one or two things. Okay, so I'll be doing another aspect of this video, which is how to sketch the graph of quadratic equations. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it, subscribe to the channel so you can actually have or see more videos like this. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Goodbye.